Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you. I would say Mother Nature cooperated in that Pierre Sprey got here. That's a wonderful accomplishment in the middle of January in Wisconsin. And I want to thank Tim Corden. He's amazing. I mentioned to him, it would be so great to get people together, to have Pierre give a talk to raise some money for our efforts. And then he was bugging me about the event. So that's what I love. That's a community grassroots organizer at his core. And this is my home, my spiritual home. This is a place that keeps me or tries to keep me on track. So we do our work out of love and not hate. And that's sometimes very hard for me in the state legislature, I have to tell you. But this is, Tim and the others here really provide such a spiritual base for the work that we do. And I so appreciate that. And then, of course, this incredible coalition. If you're part of the Safe Skies Coalition, can you raise your hand? This is a group of people. These are people who have, many of them have full-time jobs, and they're doing this full-time too. So I can't tell you how much it means to me in this community that you all are doing this important work. So thank you for that. And then, of course, our artists, our artists who are with us, who are donating their incredible musical talents. Let's give them a hand because we're really excited to hear from them. So we're in a critical period right now, you all. We are waiting for our final environmental impact statement from the Air Force. That should come sometime in February, and then we're waiting for the final decision. Obviously, we are here tonight. We are gathered in community. We are gathered as a coalition to raise our voices because our voices matter, to stop the basing of F-35 military jets in the middle of a dense residential community where there are dozens of schools, there are dozens of daycare facilities, there are 60,000 people who live within 3 miles of the airport. And I have to tell you, I've got, to hear these jets firsthand when I was out in Phoenix for the American Legislative Exchange Council conference in December. So I needed a little break from Alec. So I said, okay, I'm going to go listen to the F-35 jets. And I was able to walk right through a public golf course and go through bushes and some shrubs and get very close to these jets. And I heard them with my own ears and saw them with my own eyes. And I can tell you, this is the loudest sound I have ever heard. I was sick from listening. I had to leave because I couldn't take it anymore. I got a splitting headache. It was better to be at the ALEC conference, frankly. So I was like, I need some relief. I'm going back to ALEC. But whoever thought of this idea, putting these jets where people live, wasn't one of the people who had to live in the community where those jets are. So, and that's just one issue. We know that our city and our state has the worst racial disparities and inequities in the country. And the Air Force has told us in the draft environmental impact statement that the negative impact of these jets in terms of noise in particular, but also pollution, who's it going to impact the most, do you think? Communities of color. It would be unconscionable of this community to let this basing decision go forward when we know that, given the struggle that we have to undertake to remedy the inequities. Why would we embrace these jets that exacerbate inequities? And they will be flying, these jets, they're going to fly over Hawthorne School. The 74% of Hawthorne Elementary is kids of color. 68% socioeconomically challenged families. It's unconscionable. this proposal. And that is why I am a very staunch opponent of F-35s being based in our community, and I am thrilled to join you in this struggle, and it is a movement, but the people do win. So remember that. When it seems like maybe it's a hard struggle, I really believe in the power that we have as people to raise our voices and to create the community that we want, not accept a community that we do not want. So it's a thrill to be joining you in this struggle. We don't do this work alone. We have friends. We have friends in Burlington, Vermont, who have been helping us along the way. And we had Colonel Roseanne Greco come out and share with us what they learned and what they are learning in Burlington, Vermont. And she helped us get to our guest of honor, Pierre Sprey, who has spent most of his adult life looking at military systems. And he was one of the co-designers, developers of the F-16 plane, of the A-10 plane. And he is a staunch critic of the F-35. So we have a really unique perspective here. This is an insider, a person who's been inside the military-industrial complex, who is going to talk to us tonight about his concerns. And I don't want to frighten anybody, but at the same time, we should be frightened. Fear can be a great motivator and keep us going together. But know that I think we should find great strength in the fact that we're not in this alone, that we are together, and that we were here to support each other in the struggle to do what's right for our community and for the people who live in our community. So Pierre has made a trek here to share with us his thoughts. He's also an incredible artist himself. He has a extensive background in music, and that is one of his passions. So it's just a real thrill, and I'm so grateful that Pierre was willing to travel so far to come and help us and share his knowledge, and to join us in this struggle against these planes that are so ill-suited to our community. So Pierre, if you could come up.